So first,
absolutely.
And I was like,
let's dig it all up.
Oh, no.
True.
You'll never guess.
So sidebar.
Yes. And also, I feel like I shouldn't have to remember everything.
I know.
Actually, I have to talk about this.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Also Podcast, Halloween edition. It's the spookiest season of all time. Actually, this will come out after Halloween, but still spooky season.
It's daylight savings season.
That's the best. That's the
spooky.
Best.
That's spooky.
It's spooky because it's going to get dark out at like 3 or 4.
Well, that's just the time changing. Daylight savings helps us because we're going to go back an hour. So we'll get a little bit more sunlight for like 2 days.
But it's so spooky when it's dark at 4 and
Winter
I'm at my computer in
coming.
the office. I hate winter.
Love it. I love having daylight only when I'm at the office. My favorite thing ever.
I'm going to have to call my therapist because this is the saddest time of the year. Anyway, before we go into our episode, we have an Instagram, a TikTok, a YouTube, a Patreon. Check us out. All the links are in our description. Also, please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. We have no new subscriptions. I checked again for Reels this time. So that's on you guys.
Sad. Yeah.
Anyway, Meredith, let's do small celebrations. Do you have something to celebrate?
Given the spooky season, I am loving the leaves falling. This is one of my favorite times. I love the aesthetic and wearing sweaters. Everything about fall I really do like, minus the darkness coming. So I'm just soaking up every time I walk home from my public transportation. I'm like, oh, look at all these leaves on the ground.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. What about
you?
Very
cute. I, too, also have a small celebration, a little different, but does have to do with spooky season. At work today, we had a Halloween party, and they did trivia, and there were 4 categories. It was scary movies. I got 1 right on that one. It was location, scary stuff, but then there was a pop culture one, and there were 6 or 5 questions, and I got them all right. And
oh my gosh.
Would you like to know some of the questions to see if you can get them right? There's only 5.
Let's see it.
Okay, what's the name of the magician that died on Halloween? It's the only magician you'll know. The only famous magician in the world.
I don't know. I don't know any magicians.
It's Harry Houdini. Everyone knows Harry Houdini. It's the only magician.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking about that guy, but I think he's still alive who does all that Vegas stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, is he dead?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? He always does boxes suspended above things and he has to get out of them.
Unfortunately, I don't pay too much attention to magicians, but that's
not
just
a big
me.
magician girly.
Okay, they did give us the franchise for this, but I'm not going to give it to you just so it's a little harder. But
okay.
What Real Housewife starred in a scary movie?
Oh, Kyle Richards even did the follow-up one.
I know.
2 scary movies now.
She did 2 technically. What 80s music video had dancing zombies?
Oh, is that Michael Jackson's?
Mm-hmm. Thriller.
Yes.
What? I think she's German. What German supermodel?
Oh, Heidi Klum.
Always great. And then what socialite starred in American Horror Story?
Kim Kardashian?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, was there?
Yeah.
I didn't know she was considered a socialite. I feel like socialites are different.
Yeah, I literally sat there for a half a second when
I was
it has to be.
Paris Hilton?
It
no.
took me just as long as you, and I went, I guess that's the answer.
Because I've never watched them, so I don't know
I haven't either.
any of them. So I was like, ugh.
But I was so proud for getting 5 of 5 on pop culture,
nice.
No doubt. And I was
Good
pumped
job.
when the Real Housewives popped up because my friend I was doing trivia with was like, oh my God, you have to know this because you watched this at your desk. And I was like, well, technically not this franchise, but you are right. I was watching OC and Potomac today. You are right. And Salt Lake City was earlier. Yeah, you're right. So
you're right.
That's my small celebration. But Meredith, do you have any news?
Oh boy. I buckle up because we're going to start off hot and heavy.
Okay.
Have you seen the drama going down with the Love Island season, 7 from this summer, US cast? And it's not the cast.
I told you I don't keep up with these losers. What's up?
You're going to die, Alicia, because this like is just unfolding. So I'm sure.
The one time I tried to keep up with them, I was wrong because Taylor and Clark were not engaged.
You're so right. You're gonna get angry about this though, like the classic anger. Okay, so this is like currently unfolding. So by the time our episode comes out, things might have changed a little bit, or like more people could have come out and said stuff.
Okay,
but this is the initial incident, and then I'll give you the follow-ups. So Huda and her boyfriend, like Louis or Louis or whatever his name is, Mr. Like I can't speak Netflix. On this. Yeah, because Netflix won't let me. They were on like a live stream on, I don't know what platform, but they got either like a prank call or some kid like called in and said the N-word with the hard R in relation to something with Olandria. I didn't watch it because I'm just not interested in finding that. But yeah. And so like they weren't the ones who said it, but like somebody said it on this like live stream and they're just sitting there giggling. Like Huda and Louis or whatever his name is were like, oh. So then the same night that this happens, like obviously people are like, are you insane? And Huda gets on her Instagram story and like posts a photo and is like, I'm not the one who said it. Like I laugh because it's like a nervous laugh, yada, yada, yada. Like just tries to be like, it's not that big of a deal. And then Louis gets on her, or whatever his name is, gets on his Snapchat story, which why are Snapchat stories a thing still?
People still use Snapchat? Not the point, but let me know.
Yes, like even Nick's on it. But Louis is on his Snapchat story and is like, I can't be racist. I'm black. Like that's just not a thing. Yeah. Yeah. So then obviously everybody's like, what the fuck? This isn't okay. Olandria speaks out and is like, this isn't a laughing matter, like all this stuff. But not only like does she say like, I condemn this, like how dare you say this like about me and laugh about this, but like you should put your money where your mouth is, and then proceeds to put up 5 different stories with links to places she thinks that they should donate and people should donate, which was amazing. I love like the call to action on this to do more than just condemn it. She's amazing. Nick again is amazing at this stuff for being just like the white boyfriend. He reiterates her statement and then is like, this is like not my voice isn't needed here, just to amplify like what she's saying. So he like amplifies what she said and then also posts the like same links and is like, I encourage everybody to donate. Shelly posts saying like, again, this isn't a laughing matter. Like I've dealt with so much racism, like for somebody who Huda called her like sister, like you shouldn't be treating people this way. Hannah posted a story. Jeremiah posted something and like even reached out to Landria directly. So they're all posting. And then Huda finally posts like a real statement and is like, it's like clearly like PR filtered and apologizes and like said like she was like waiting to speak on it because she didn't want it to be like a reactionary, like she's just doing this statement so people aren't mad at her. Like
wait, can I digest what you've told me?
Yes,
I'm taking in a lot.
That's pretty much where it ends from what I know.
Okay. First of all, as someone with a nervous laugh, sure, it comes out at the worst of times, but you can correct it. I mean, if you're on a live stream, you nervous laughed, you hang up with this person, be like, oh my God, that was so terrible and racist.
You would have a response.
You can't just laugh and move on. That's the crazy part.
And a
like,
nervous
do they
laugh
keep
is like
the live stream going?
Oh yeah. They're like, a nervous laugh is like, oh my God. Like you would like feel like you would see the discomfort. They're like, like, yeah.
No. As I laugh at funerals, I laugh at the worst times. You immediately just go, I'm so sorry. That was immediately so sorry. That was my nervous laugh. This is not a laughing matter.
And you usually have like a look of shock on your face.
And racist. Because it comes out and you immediately put your hand to your mouth and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I just laughed at that, you know? So first of all, no. And if you're on a live stream, you can easily say something immediately to the public and be like, that is not okay. What just happened? Or you could even be like, oh my God, I can't believe he just said that. That's so racist. I need to process. Like, that's insane. Like that, you could do a ton of different things. 2, you're not going to immediately put out a statement is crazy. 3, Louis, you're such a fucking idiot. As someone who watches these Netflix shows, you're so dumb. You could be fucking racist, you loser. Also, I'm pretty sure he's like lighter skinned, which is also, we can talk about colorism.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing. But the last part I want to hit on, obviously, I think like the cast handled it amazingly, particularly Olandria, because that is like insane that happens. But then Huda, oh my God. And she's like, I waited to release a statement. No, you are racist to your core. This is, listen, it's not an accident anymore. This has been a fucking pattern with this woman. She is a racist. I don't care if she has a black boyfriend. I don't care if her herself is a person of color. You can still be racist towards other people. If you don't like someone, you don't have to like someone, but you could still be racist towards them, and that's terrible. Like,
because the thing is like, even
God.
if she isn't actively making these choices or doing these things, like she's not the one who said the N-word. It's that you are okay with this dialogue, and that's what we have a problem with. Like, you're not standing up for what is right versus, yeah, you cannot be friends with Alandra. That's not the problem. It's that when somebody speaks horrendous things about her, you do nothing.
Well, you not only do nothing, you don't condemn it. You know what I mean?
Yes. You laugh about it.
You first of all, she should have reached out to Alandria and been like, I'm so sorry someone did this on my live stream. It's your live stream. You're responsible for the people who are, I'm so
100%,
sorry.
100%.
Like, you need to take responsibility for giving these people a platform. I don't care. Two, the people who support Huda have done this behavior, and she has done nothing about it before. Of course, they're going to go on her live streams and say terrible things about Black women, which is so crazy. I hate Huda. I don't care. She is the worst person in the entire world, and you cannot convince me otherwise, especially when she's dating Louis, who is also one of the worst people on these fucking reality shows. Okay? The worst of the worst are dating each other. They're perfect for each other. I hope they move in and never to be seen again by me, because fuck them, and stop giving them brand deals. Stop inviting them to things. Like, these people should not have a platform, and I will never like them. And just for that, even though I don't care about these losers, I'm going to support Olandria. I'm going to give her a follow. Fuck that. I'm so pissed right now. I don't even follow any of them. I'm so mad.
I mean, obviously, Huda's defenders are excusing this away.
There's a really great correlation between Huda supporters and MAGA. I'm just saying, and I'm not sorry about it. And if you're going to sit here and be like, oh my God, no, actually, I just like her because I think she was, no, you're a fucking loser if you support her time after time again. I do not care.
Agreed. So go donate to her causes if you feel as passionately as we do. Also, have to say this, please donate to your local food banks and try to do what you can, as 30 plus million Americans are losing SNAP benefits in the month of November. And this is the time to step up for your community.
Also, there's going to be a spending blackout. I forget what it's called. I don't remember.
I don't know what the name is, but you reposted something and I saved it.
The Great Beautiful Blackout or something like that. I think like making fun of the Great Beautiful Bill. But basically, it's over Black Friday. I know everyone wants to get their deals, and I understand that. But like, shop locally if you can. If you can't, buy very minimal during this time. We need to know that,
for it.
Yeah, prepare for it. Like, we need to know that we have the ability to shut these corporations down, and that is through our buying power, honestly. So
yeah,
it will be happening. I will be partaking. You can bet your ass I'm only shopping locally or at stores that support the causes that I support, because this country is out of whack and we need to change that. Also, can we talk
Take
about
back your power?
How I'm very torn with this government shutdown, because I do think that people should be getting paid for the work they're doing, but also I understand why the Democrats are not fucking rolling over, and I don't think they should.
1000% agree.
It's a very hard thing for me to come to terms with, because every time I go to an airport, I'm frustrated, but I'm like, I get it. I'm on your side.
And here's my thing is, we can have two things at the same time. We can be frustrated with having to go through TSA and be kind to our TSA workers and mosey our way through the airport.
I know, but I'm like, I'm supportive of government shutdown for this time, because I think that the Democrats should hold strong.
Agreed. And I think we have such privilege as not being government workers, because I can't imagine going so long without a paycheck. And I
literally
am so appreciative of every government worker, no matter who you are. Like, you are doing things to keep this country running, and that's just not fair. That so many things are happening and so much money is being moved and used, but not to pay literal Americans.
No, we're very thankful for you. And for all of you who voted for this, fuck around and find out. Okay? Hope you're not relying on SNAP benefits. Hope that wasn't you, because guess what's about to happen, loser? Anyway, sorry, I'm angry.
As you
Go
should
back
be.
to
It's
supporting
ridiculous.
Huda, I guess, but leave us
That's
alone.
the problem. The people
Leave
ripping
me
SNAP
alone.
benefits and causing terror in my reality TV are the same people.
They're the same people. I can't get rid of them anywhere. Like, literally, even my happiness is taken over. I watch reality TV to escape this shit, and you're bringing it back?
That's
This is
the
why I
thing.
have a time limit on my social media. I'm like unstable. I have to go call my therapist.
On speed dial.
Hilarious.
Well, let's talk about not.
More news.
So horrendous.
Wait,
things.
I have kind of a connection news. It's really
you do something, because I have one minor thing, which is just a question for you later.
Mine's just, I want to give flowers where flowers are due. Southern Charm cast member. I was going to say star, but I think that's a stretch. JT, we all know him. We all appreciate him to some respect.
Yeah.
He did go to the No Kings rally. This is late. Sorry. This is late, but I just found out about it because I don't follow JT because he annoys me. But he was at the rally and he posted about it.
I unfollowed him from our podcast page.
I think you have to follow him back, because we all know specifically Southern Charm, those men are leaning away. We're not leaning. But JT, you got to give flowers where flowers are due. He was out there marching with everyone. He posted about it. He was speaking out against for the Kings rally, against the Kings, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, it's hard that like we have to rely on white men, but they do have a big voice. They do have a big following, and they help amplify. And but here's JT out
you're
here,
not discredited because you're a white man. But you're not going to be overly praised for it.
You just have more privilege.
You need to step up and
JT,
do it.
especially in Charleston, because we all know.
I think he went to the one in DC. I thought he moved back to DC.
I
think so.
I don't know. But either way, thank you, JT, for going out there and showing your support. We appreciate it. I just went and refollowed him on our podcast.
No, he's okay. Can I tell you why? And maybe we can decide later. Okay.
Why?
No shame or like no hate to any person who has diabetes, but that man posts about his diabetes journey of losing weight and what his diet is, and I don't have diabetes and I want pop culture, so that's why I was like, I gotta unfollow him.
Can I tell you the funniest thing about diabetes? And I gotta tell you, I thought I was alone until other people admitted to this too. When we were like 12 years old, it was the Disney Channel.
Knew you were going to talk about Nick Jonas's.
The Disney Channel put out this fucked up message.
PSA, I remember that.
About Nick Jonas having diabetes. And it was the most fucked up shit because I thought he was going to die. So I started crying because I had a big old crush on him. I had his poster hanging in my room, and I was like, oh my God, he's gonna die of diabetes. And my mom found me crying, and she was like, what is going on? I was like Nick Jonas has diabetes, and the Disney Channel put out this terrible PSA that makes it seem like he's gonna die. And my mom even was like, you have a good friend who has diabetes. You know that he's not going to die. I was like, I don't know specifically his diabetes, and you should see this PSA, but you couldn't rewind or anything. So my mom just thought I was crazy, but then she later saw the commercial or whatever, and she was like, that is real fucked up. And
that's
so
crazy.
Every time someone says they have diabetes, I'm like, did you know you don't have to die?
There's a high likelihood you can live with this and be fine.
Also, side note, because now everyone also thought that the Jonas Brothers in like 2019, when they came back, they released this documentary, and in it they were talking about when Nick started to have diabetes, and Joe has this line, and it was something like, yeah, Nick was just like fucking thirsty. He was drinking everything. We thought he was just a thirsty guy. He's in the background dying of diabetes. And Joe Jonas is like, he just loves water, this guy. We thought he was just a water guy. A water fiend, if you will. So funny. Diabetes has brought me too much joy than it should. That's so funny.
I'm so happy for you. But if you do have diabetes, I'm sure it is helpful JT stuff. Yeah. I just want to know pop culture things, and he's not on the show anymore. So I was like, he's not going to bring
Can we
me
mute
anything.
him? Can we give him the follow?
That's a good idea.
We
Let's mute his in-post stuff.
There you go. That's our medium. It
Look
doesn't feel right to follow Craig and not JT at this point in what's happening with the world.
Another cause that is really important. I will give Craig a little great job, pat on the back, because he is donating a bunch of stuff from his like collections to domestic violence, like houses, like when people are leaving relationships and like they need somewhere to go. He like is doing that. So that's also great. So donate to those causes, because October's a big month. I know it's over, but more causes to support.
Whatever, I guess.
All I'm saying is Shep and Austin are doing jack shit.
Yeah, it feels wrong to follow them too and not JT at this point in our lives. Yeah. So
okay. All right. That's our compromise. I agree.
I just have WNBA news, but do you want to go next?
Oh. Have you heard about this British Vogue article about how it's embarrassing nowadays to have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
And I want to know your statement, because I just know.
No, it's so embarrassing to have a boyfriend. I've known this for about, let me calculate, 10 years now. I don't think I've had a serious relationship in about 10 years.
But it's not about that. It's like posting your boyfriend is so embarrassing. Like, people have got to stop, because every trend on TikTok is like, even like Taylor Swift's new album, there was a whole TikTok trend about showing off your boyfriend, but it's like boys don't ever show off their girlfriends. Like, having a boyfriend isn't necessarily the most embarrassing, but it's like, stop acting like that.
No, it's embarrassing because like, don't you have any other friends? Don't you do anything else? You just hang out with this guy? You're just hanging around with men by choice? That's crazy. Also, I'll just say it. I've unfollowed people because I find their posts with their boyfriends annoying. So I'm also ahead of the trend. I once saw a baby reveal, a pregnancy reveal, so terrible, I unfollowed her on the spot. I didn't even finish the video. I fucking hated it so much. And everyone was asking me about it. I was like, I can't even relive it because I blocked her. I didn't even unfollow. I fully blocked her because I don't want her on my page either. So yeah, I think it's annoying. I think it's super annoying too when girls just post stories of like their boyfriends laying next to them. The fuck? Like, literally get on your own couch, you know? Like,
get a
spread
life.
your legs. Get a life. Honestly, your boyfriend. Here's the thing. You're dating your boyfriend and you want to look at him, and that's lovely. The rest of us don't. I don't want to look at your boyfriend. You ever heard the saying, I'm not jealous of like your relationship because I don't want your boyfriend. That too. Like, I don't care that he took you out for dinner. I don't want that. So like, keep it to yourself, I guess.
It just tells me, if you have to center the man in your own social media pages, like, you have no thoughts of your own, you have no like hobbies, you have nothing to promote but that you are linked to a man. And it's like, that's all you can like serve me. And like, your social media isn't to serve me, but like, that's all you're queuing up is like this man.
It's also, I'm going to say something. I think anniversary posts are fucking,
I hate them.
I think they're embarrassing.
I find it so weird.
Sorry. That's a hot take. But every year you got to tell me that you're married to this person again. Give me a divorce post once in a while.
Oh.
X out his face and be like,
Alicia, divorce post every day. Breakup post every day of the week.
I'm in.
Hard launch? Absolutely not. You know what I hate the most? More than just an anniversary post on its own? It's when they don't even have social media. What is this for?
Who gives a shit? Yeah. Who's looking at this?
Why do I need your boyfriend's birthday post when you're like, he's not an Instagram guy, but I just had to say happy birthday?
To me, you're allowed to hard launch, and then you're allowed to tell me when you're married. And that's about it. That's all I really need to know. And then if you want to tell me your breakup or divorce, I'm locked in.
And I gotta be honest, 24-part series.
Out of all the wedding photos I've looked at, I've never even noticed the man. I'm mostly looking at her dress, or like what the pose was, or the background
if he doesn't
of
look
your
put
wedding
together. I noticed that.
Don't even notice him. He's like so irrelevant in my life. So stop giving me, and I don't care that you're married. I'll assume you're married for another year. You don't have to remind me every year you're married. Like, it's so fucking ridiculous. You can stop posting selfies with him when you guys are like in front of a water source of, I don't fucking care. Stop when he's across the table from you, taking a pic of him eating something.
Yes.
You know what'd be
that
funny?
Man should be, his use should be taking photos of you while you're at dinner with him. He should be behind the camera.
If you want to do something funny with him, have him take a bunch of photos of you eating and be like, look how much my boyfriend hates me because these are the photos he takes. I would laugh at that post.
I would laugh at that.
Like, I don't know if it's serious or not, but girl, leave him, or love him. Is he paying for the food? Because then,
that's the thing. That's the thing.
But I don't have to see him. Maybe if you guys go on a cool vacay together and he happens to be,
you can have like a photo with him.
Yeah. But no, I don't.
It shouldn't be photos of him that you took in your carousel.
If there's honestly, and I do this myself, I don't like posting the same person in back-to-back photos of mine.
Me too.
Now, luckily, we have carousels, so you could do multiple. It used to be you got one, and I never liked being like, I only have one friend.
Same.
So you got to mix it up. It's kind of the same thing. If you post your boyfriend, he's not allowed in your next one. Boyfriend, husband, I don't care. One, not in the next one.
Take a break.
I want it staggered. Okay? The more space, the better. Give me a rainbow before you give me him. I'd rather see your houseplants. Give me your cat, your dog, literally anything else. Show me you have a personality.
An independent personality.
All girls need to think about this. I know this is terrible to think about, but if he dies, are you going to be okay in the end?
Great question.
Like, will you survive? Okay, you can be sad, obviously. Please be sad if your husband dies or whatever.
Yeah.
But are you gonna,
do you have a life that you could continue living, or would we have to go find a million things?
Would you still go to brunch?
Would you still go to brunch on Saturday? Take a few weeks off. You can take 2 weeks bereavement, but do you have plans that you just cyclically would have?
48 hours, I'm at brunch. I can't miss brunch. It's a standing brunch.
What else am I supposed to do? I'll be sad at brunch versus being sad at home.
Oh, that's terrible. Also, don't call him your best friend. Oh my God. Find a different best friend. But literally anyone else. Anyone.
The one time you can call them your best friend is if you've literally known them since you guys were in womb together. Each of your moms were best friends. No, that's weird. If your moms were pregnant at the same time and you've known him the exact same length that you've ever been alive, fine, you can call that man your best friend.
So
nobody
Belly,
else.
They besties.
Correct.
They should have stayed besties. That's don't ruin the friendship type vibes,
Good point.
But that was a bad example. But think about genuinely, will you have people to lean on and people to be around if you lose this person?
Do you have a community that you are fostering? Because what I dislike the most is you post your boyfriend, my best friend, the love of my life, and it ends, and now you want to start calling? No, I don't know you.
Sorry.
Go post that man again.
Okay, he doesn't need to die. But if he leaves your life for some reason, breakup, death, whatever it be, he
really
shipped
did
off
go
to
to the
war.
extreme.
I know. He shipped off to war. Are you gonna be okay? Can you move on? Is your life are you not just gonna wait at home? Actually, that's a better idea. If he shipped off to war, are you just gonna wait for him to come back? Or are you gonna live your fucking life? If your answer is you're gonna wait for him to come back with the kid on your hip, let's get other friends.
Intervention is happening now.
It's embarrassing. To say the least. It's embarrassing. Also, this maybe goes to Taylor Swift a little. You don't have to go to all his games. I'm a big believer and you could skip a few. A few. I know Travis only plays on Sunday, so it's a little, but he's playing on a Monday. You don't have to go to that one,
No, it's a Monday. You're baking bread.
Especially if your man's playing on a rec league. You could skip a few. It's embarrassing.
You're not Taylor Swift. You don't have a private jet to just make all this schedule happen. You don't need to go to your boyfriend's rec league.
Wait, can I tell you a story?
What?
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm going. This has to do with it though. My high school boyfriend was in a rec basketball. It was so embarrassing. He was in a rec basketball league with his friends, and they played Sunday nights. And my friends were like dating the guys on the team too, so they would always be like, "Should we go?" And I'd be like, "No." But they would pick me up, and I'd be like, "What else am I fucking doing? Fine." But I once said to him when he came over, he's like, "What do you think? Like, didn't I do good?" And I looked at him and I was like, I used to like seriously play basketball. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing to watch you play because you have never been, and like I had known him since we were kids, but I was like, you have never been good at this sport. And now to watch you as an adult run around on this court with a bunch of other sucky adults, it's embarrassing. And he was like, "So you're not going to make me a sign?" And I was like, "I'd rather die than claim me during these games."
Alicia, all
the other girls had signs.
You almost said wags. You almost said wags.
That's what we were.
This is what we're advocating against. We're not going to directly game.
You don't have to
first.
Go to game.
We're definitely not making posters. If we're going, we're going to heckle.
The way I wouldn't claim him, I was like, "You think I'm proud of you for this? Thank God." Like, please. He also played golf. Ask me how many times I saw him play golf. 0.
Good.
0. Didn't go.
The only reason I would go is I would want to drive the cart and get hammered. And then you can drive me home.
No, he was playing like actually in a league school thing, and I would have to go watch.
Oh, no.
It wasn't. I wasn't I was stuck there at 18. No,
not
I wasn't
happening.
Going to that. I always lied and said my mom needed me to watch my siblings.
Absolutely.
Do you see why we broke up? Like, I'm going to claim him.
Watch paint dry. I need to do anything but this.
Aren't you proud? No, sir. If you think
asking that on its own is embarrassing.
I'm here scouting, and the talent is rough. Anyway, you don't have to go to all the games. It's embarrassing. Trust me.
Let's speak about real and good basketball players. Tell me about the WNBA.
Because we only like women's basketball. So they're supposed to come to an agreement October 31st, and they're not going to. So there has been an extension. Okay, first, 2 things can be true at the same time. I'm disappointed because I do love watching the games. But I stand with the players, and again, don't think they should just give in. Same thing with the Democrats and the government shutdown. Don't give in.
Fight for it.
Fight it. So this is kind of a big bummer on one end because this is going to kind of push back the season. But I understand why they're extending, because if there is a lockout, then the players cannot use the practice facilities or the rehab.
Yeah.
And a lot of players are injured, so we kind of need that. So I see why they're extending and haven't gone into a lockdown. That being said, it does not look promising because a lot of the players are up. Like, their contracts are up. And so they are like, it's time for us to be paid. And the league just will not fucking pay them. And
dang.
Anyway, so it's okay.
Wait, really quick.
Yeah.
When does the season start typically?
Like end of May, middle of May.
Okay.
So I think like if they come to an agreement soon,
they could still start on time.
They could figure it out. Yeah. But it does put in a lot of questionables, like the draft, like, the outgoing seniors, the draft. Luckily, there's a lot of NIL deals, so they'll all be fucking fine financially. But
yeah. And even in the past, when we've seen it with men's sports, like sometimes they'll play a shortened season, which isn't great because you get paid less, but still.
I also think that might be up, but it's okay because a lot of the players, like I said, have their deals now, so we're good. Also, Unrivaled is coming back, which we're so excited.
Here we go
in January.
I can't wait to hear about that. And a lot of people online have said that they're really looking forward to it. So
I hope there's a lot of drama that I can get into because my niche is only like WNBA drama.
Yeah.
I have gotten a few people messaging me and being like, can you report like the news, the WNBA news as it comes out? And I was like, that's not really my thing. Like, you can look that up. You don't need my opinion on that. I want to discuss them dating and shit. It's very reality TV based for me.
I was about to say, like, the little, like, romantic
the
book,
nuances,
like, lore.
or the drama. Are there fights? Let's talk about the fights,
Yeah.
We're very excited for Unrivaled. They announced all the head coaches and all the players as of today. So they're all listed. Go find it if you want. It's all on the website. I think it's going to be fun. They haven't announced the teams yet. I'm wondering if they're going to do same teams and just add a few players, if they're going to mix it all up. We have 2 new teams, so how are we going to do that? There's also going to be a pool of reserves for anyone who gets injured. The only thing is that I am sad about is my girl Angel Reese this year is not playing in Unrivaled.
Why?
I believe it's because she did WNBA last year, then Unrivaled, and she got injured in Unrivaled. And then she immediately went into the WNBA season. She got injured in that too, but tried to like play through it. But it was kind of a rough season in that respect for her. So I think she's taking this like off season to really recover. She's also like, you want to talk about one of the top NIL getters. Angel Reese is her. Okay. She has her podcast. She is doing all these different things. Her and Paige Beckers are doing a rumored project together because Angel said something on a video and was like, because everyone loves their friendship. They were in the same class. And so it's like very cute. But Angel did say something like, Paige and I have something brewing. So don't worry. And what people think it is, this goes in my next thing, is Paige has been announced in a new Apple TV project. So she's going to be an actress, which I'm iffy about. I don't know.
Wait, what's the project?
It's called like something and Jess. In this sports movie called Jess and Pearl, which sounds gay, which we're very excited for. It's about, from what I've read online, 2 basketball players who like become friends, and then like through all of like the outside chatter, the media, the whatever, they become like rivals. And so like it's like, but are they friends? Something like that, I think, is like along the lines of it. And so people are like, is Angel Reese going to be the other basketball player?
Interesting.
Which I would die. Here's the thing. Can they act? I don't know.
Wait. Paige was announced as like the lead actress, or just that she's a part of it?
She's a part of it.
I don't think she's the lead actress. She could be a supporting character.
I wouldn't think so either. It just says she's going to make her acting debut. She's going to the big screen. She's making her Apple debut. It's like the Scandal writer doing it, and Paige is, I think, a big Scandal person. Scandal writer, not creator.
Oh, okay.
There's a writer from Scandal. Okay, 2 basketball phenoms who forge an extraordinary bond as teammates until feigned competition and the ruthless business of college athletics threaten to turn their friendship into an epic rivalry. Will produce the movie. Oh, and Paige Beckers is going to executive produce. Okay, you're right. She's probably not a main actress.
Yeah, no. I bet she's playing herself and they run into her.
Okay, she's not even acting then. She's just her.
I think she's just in
it. Angel Reese was recently in the background of a movie. And I mean, Kelsey Plum, she was in Happy Gilmore 2 recently. And so very fun. Anyway, that's that. I have one more piece I would like to talk about. Meredith, there's this college player. This is her last year in college. She plays for UCLA. Her name is Lauren Betts. And she is 6'7". She's humongous.
Wow.
Okay. She's huge. And she's very good. Here's the thing. There are some players who are this tall and they suck ass. Let me tell you, if I'm 6'7", I'm dominant. And that is Lauren Betts. She is dominant, right?
Wait, like she's actually good? Like she's not just the like, I'm tall, so I'm in the way. I actually am using my body.
Really good. But it won't even matter, because if you're that tall, you're going to be a benefit kind of no matter what.
Yes, because you're just like a skyscraper in the middle of the court.
So there's already a lot of mock drafts for the 2026 WNBA draft. And Lauren Betts is seeded to go first. And the Dallas Wings, which is Paige Becker's team, has that first pick, right? So everyone's like, the Dallas Wings will probably pick Lauren Betts. They're not very good in the post either, at least like last year. They were fucking terrible. Yeah. So like, great. Everyone, though, up in arms. No way Lauren's going to be the first pick. It's going to be AZ Fudd, and then her and Paige will play together. Y'all got to stop bullying Lauren. You 14-year-olds, if you listen to this podcast, you got to stop bullying Lauren. First of all, AZ's good. She's great. She's 5'11". She's not doing that much damage, okay? She's doing some damage, but Lauren Betts can do big damage. 2, you already got a Paige Beckers and another shooting guard and Enrique on the Dallas Wings. You don't need another one. You need the 6'5". And even if the Dallas Wings don't need Lauren Betts, you could trade Lauren Betts for someone else you need. Lauren Betts is fucking huge, dude. And so leave fucking Lauren alone. This is not her fault. Stop being delusional. I know y'all want them to play together and like, oh my God, they're not gonna like kiss in front of you.
They already played together though. Like you got that.
You got that. And they're literally not going to make their relationship more public if they're playing together. Yeah. Like, do you think they're gonna make out at half court? What?
Well, that means they're gonna spend even more time together. So like, to be honest, I feel like you would see less because there's going to be more moments for them privately.
Yes.
I would not want them on the same team.
Dallas is currently not a great program. You want AZ to go to that program? Calm down. Okay? Also, AZ could go be a franchise player somewhere else. Dallas has their franchise player, okay? And just to add insult to injury, this is what you're doing. If AZ does somehow end up in Dallas, she's probably not going to stay there very long. They'd probably trade her at some point to get someone else because they have Paige who can shoot, who can dribble, who can do all the stuff AZ can do. Okay? So then you're just going to split them up in the end? That seems unfair. So just let her go first. She's probably not even going to be the second or third pick. I hate to tell y'all. There's some really good college players out here. Okay?
Relax,
so
calm
down.
A little bit.
Relax, 14-year-olds. My God. Stop bullying this college girl who's just like trying to play and she's already too tall for some doors, okay? Her life's difficult.
Oh my God.
She doesn't need 14.
She's okay. I think she's good. She's fine.
No,
but leave her alone.
Literally leave her alone. That's all the 14-year-olds that listen. Anyway.
Oh God.
That's it.
Well,
that's it.
What are you reading, Alicia?
Oh, thanks for asking, Meredith. How much time do you got?
I don't know.
Okay. I have to tell you about this. I'll make it quick. I have to tell you about this book series I read, which now I've been informed that the author's a terrible person. So I'm sorry. I read it before I knew.
There's a lot of terrible people. Is it the Magnolia Parks one? I saw it on the list. Okay, but I want to read it, so you can't like really spoil it for me.
You want to read it?
Yeah, I have it in my queue, but it's like the Chicagoland really wants to read it. So I've had it in my Libby for 6 months. I have not been able to get it. That
doesn't feel like your type of book. Maybe. What do you read?
I don't feel like I have a genre.
I don't know. This is very okay. I won't spoil it, but can I give you the layout?
Yes.
Okay. So there's currently 5 books. There's gonna be 6, which is gonna suck because now we know the author sucks. So we can't buy it. Just so everyone knows.
Just get it from your library. If you want to read things, get it from your library. Because then that supports your local community and the resources staying in your community. And you get to enjoy things. And all these people and corporations aren't making all this money.
And the author gets no more money. And also be sure to buy books locally. Don't buy from Amazon. Also, please do support Barnes & Noble. They're the only chain fighting with Amazon, and we support that. Anyway, so Magnolia Parks, there's 5 books. There's going to be a 6. Basically, there's 2 main characters, right? First one is Magnolia Parks. She tells her story in books 1, 3, and 5. Okay? Overlapping, there's a second main character named Daisy Hates, and she tells her story in books 2 and 4, and then will be 6.
Okay.
I am excited to now have you read it because I want to know which one you like better. I have a particular narrator. Character? I have a narrator that I prefer. The other one, I wanted to strangle half the book.
Really?
It was fine. I'll tell you.
But they're both in both books, right? It's like the story has both of them.
They're
it's
not
just
friends,
who's telling it.
They're not friends.
Okay.
So Magnolia Parks is a socialite She's basically, I was thinking Blair Waldorf, but it would be Blair Waldorf if her and Nate were together forever. There was no Chuck Bass.
Okay.
Insufferable, right? Terrible. We hate Nate.
But it's just like, that's the life expected. Okay.
But that's kind of like, she's very flat, maybe more of a Serena, but it's one of those like socialites kind of like,
yeah,
you know. And so her story is kind of like the ups and downs of that life she lives, also with her boyfriend, and just their story. And then the Daisy Hates books I find more interesting because Daisy's in a mob family.
Whoa.
So she's also rich, but in a different way.
Yep. And
Magnolia,
not getting to do those like big glamorous things the same way.
Magnolia is like picking out shoes and Daisy is like making sure she's strapped with a gun. Okay? Different vibes.
Oh my gosh.
So they're not
I know
friends.
You already like Daisy.
I love Daisy. I didn't even have to tell you. Daisy was my girl. I wanted to strangle Magnolia.
The minute you mention Magnolia has a boyfriend and it's another socialite, it's like, obviously you hate her.
Yeah, but I love
like,
Blair
leave
Waldorf.
your boyfriend at home.
I love Blair Waldorf. I mean, Daisy also has a man. Okay.
Yeah, but clearly it's not as annoying.
And this doesn't give anything away because it's right at the beginning of her book. The man she's with is in Magnolia's circle. So that's how they kind of overlap.
Okay.
And at one point, Magnolia is like becomes friends with Daisy's brother who runs their mob family.
Okay.
So they like cross over. And they, my God, the way Daisy hates Magnolia for 90% of the book is like my favorite thing. Because I'm sitting there going, you're right, Daisy.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm with ya. Even though Magnolia is like a fine character, I just found her. I have nothing to relate to her on. But very great. Very fun books. A little, I will say, Magnolia's books for me were a little repetitive. Felt like it was the same problem. We were just resolving it. Daisy, there was always some sort of crime aspect to it. So I was in it.
That's exciting.
Daisy's like, oh, I just want to fight with my boyfriend, but now my brother's making me go on a heist. And I'm like, yes, let's go on a fucking heist.
Like, take me along. Let's go.
Get your boyfriend to take you. So 10 out of, well, not 10 out of 10. I didn't rate them all 5 stars. Just my Daisy Hates books, because those were. And so I need this 6th book, but it is also funny because it's the same timeline. So like Magnolia will be like, I don't know why Daisy's in such a bad mood. And then you read Daisy's books and it's like, my brother's killing men in the basement. And you're like, that's why she's in a bad mood.
Okay, so like 1 and 2 are happening at the same time. 3 and 4 are happening at the same time. 5 and 6.
Yes. And there's so much that happens in books like 3 and 4. Yeah. And then I got to read Magnolia's side in book 5, but I am dying. I think that's why I hated book 5 is because I was like, I understand a lot's happening, but I don't care as much. Like any breath I got
you're like, give me to Daisy's
universe. I was like, I would see her, the guy she was kind of seeing that's in Magnolia's circle. And I'd be like, I have to read all 3 words this man says. What am I missing?
That would also bother me because you said like 6 hasn't come out yet. Like release these at the same time. I want to be able to immediately like dive into both worlds because I remember with like Throne of Glass, everybody talked about the tandem read and you like end one of them and then you have to go all the way back. And it's like, I just want to like, if you wanted to tandem read, it would be nice to know if you could tandem read like this type of series and like make that an option rather than having to like wait for your favorite like character and like seeing that side.
I will say it's not so bad. I don't think I'd ever tandem read these books, but I need to know
having to
if
wait
Daisy's
is annoying.
I need to know if Daisy's okay. And the way the 4th book ends, also the 6th book isn't even fucking written. So someone better get on this because my Daisy deserves a fucking ending and I need it. I don't give a shit about Magnolia and her stupid ending. I need to know if the crime is okay. It's just more interesting. Magnolia was like shopping and stuff. I didn't care. Like, let's go on a wait. I am going to spoil a part because it's relevant. Okay. They steal from the Louvre. I know. They do a heist in the Louvre.
Amazing.
I thought about that. My friend texted me when we heard of the Louvre stuff and she was like, do you think it was Daisy and her brother? And I was like, probably.
because I obviously haven't read this, so then I'm not looking up any edits.
Yeah.
But did you see any edits about that
No.
whenever the Louvre heist was going on?
No, someone's fucking up
Bummer.
here. Someone's fucking it up.
I guess it's harder to make edits about a book because we don't have the visual, materials to be able to do that.
But they do steal from the Louvre, which is
incredible,
hilarious. So everyone, just read Daisy's book. No, you got to read them all. But
did you see that the Louvre heisters got arrested?
I know. I was rooting captured. For them.
Yeah.
Fuck you for capturing them. It's like we can't have any more fun in this world anymore.
God forbid someone wants to have a bit of fun.
All the jewels are in one place. Well, this is why the rich stay rich, I guess.
Yeah,
did they at least get the jewels out? Did they?
The last I heard is they don't have the jewels yet. So
nice. It's a win. In the end, it's a win.
Who knows? Who knows?
It's fine. It sucks if they got captured and then the artifacts are also gone. It's
well, that's not to go down for something, and then are you going to get more time because you didn't give back the item?
Well, at least
you have nothing to negotiate with.
If the artifacts were returned, new heisters could try and get them out.
Ooh.
Anyway, so that's Magnolia Parks.
Love that.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to read. You'll have to give us updates once you get the books.
It'll be forever.
Great. Are you watching anything?
I watched Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in the crossover with Below Deck.
Art. It was art.
Okay, can I tell you why I'm angry, though? What do you mean? But we don't have immediately after the Below Deck episode and being able to see their side of things. I literally looked up when is that going to air, and they don't even have a release date. The last season, I think, premiered in January. So what do you mean I have to wait 2 months potentially for their POV? You guys fucked this up. You should have had it Beverly Hills into Vanderpump Rules, switch immediately and let's walk downstairs and let me see their view. Or let me see the whole thing. Give me a 2-hour special of both sides of it.
As we were just talking about, just release it at the same time. My God.
Release it at the same time. I'm so angry. And it better be 3 episodes of Below Deck because this is the most unhinged trip
This was crazy.
ever.
Can I say it's nice to finally see the full chaos of the charter guest drama? Because normally we just get bits and pieces. But now to be able to take sides, that's going to be fun. And see it from the Below Deck point of view. Because usually we just see the arguing. Now we'll see the arguing and be like, no, fuck Lisa, fuck Heather, whatever.
That's so true. Because charter guests will be doing insane stuff. And then as the crew is oh, let me get out of here. We follow the crew. And
but now we know so what unhinged. Happens. Now we know.
I love it.
I do want to say, I know you didn't watch Below Deck season 3. It's the Down Under, I told everyone. But this is the Down Under one because this is the massive fucking boat we got from the last season where literally every dinner service, they are climbing upwards of 900 steps.
That's insane.
It is so, half the fun of this Below Deck boat is them stopping with the food and going, and climbing because they have to catch their breath before they serve. And it's so terrible. They climb so many steps. Salt Lake City's just going to drop this on us. We have Daisy as the chief stew.
Yeah.
She's back. And this is not her normal boat because normally she's on sailing. So this is a different franchise. We have Chef Ben. Haven't seen him in years.
Love seeing him. Which he was announced. I did know he was coming back, but I didn't know it was this franchise he was on. I didn't connect the dots.
And we have Joao.
Yeah.
The bosun, and they're one of the stews. She was on the last seasons. We're fucking returning cast members, which is great.
Well, and even though we haven't seen their perspective, it was fun to see them because they get to interact with the cast more than they normally would. The professionalism kind of gets to be dropped a little bit. So watching them swim and hang out with them in the water, I was like, this is so fun.
I tell you, when they were trying to serve dessert. But Heather and Lisa are yelling at each other, and Joao is I don't know how to place this in front of Heather because you have to go from I think it's the left side and place it.
Yeah, so, you're looking at their back. Yeah,
but Heather was yelling with her left hand, so Joao goes, "Can I just put this here?" Because he's standing there with it Captain Jason ran, Daisy ran, and Joelle was just like, can I just put this? And Heather had no idea.
From the moment they boarded that boat and they're like dunking Brittany with water and like Daisy's like, what is happening here? I was like, this is my dream.
We never found out who owned the cucumber.
That's not true.
Cucumber?
It's Whitney.
Oh, is it? I missed
it. What's his name? Like so good, bad Bailey or whatever his name is. I like can't think of what his podcast is. There was some post he posted and it's like Whitney's sitting on her bed and it's like on her side. It's on her nightstand.
Oh, okay.
But also I realized as I was watching, because I saw the Cucumber Saga like on social media before I watched the episode, we saw Meredith and Lisa in their room as that Stu was unloading a bag. And then Bronwyn wasn't there yet. And like Brittany, that's not Brittany's room. So it has to be Whitney and Heather's room. And I think it's
hilarious. The way that this cucumber showed up, and it was the fattest and shortest cucumber I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. I was like, where do you get that?
What are we doing with this cucumber?
In winter. It's winter in Salt Lake City.
Oh my God. Also, Angie barfing everywhere. I felt so bad for her. But
because it's never gonna end.
But the camera angle of her putting her mouth or her hand to her mouth and vomit.
No, that was too much for me.
And then Mary being like, are you getting sick? It was art. I love the two angles of like Mary and Angie. Right? Chaos in this room of like Angie's vomiting. Mary's eating fish, which is like so rude, but she's being a good friend to Angie at the same time and staying in this room, which is so funny. And then they're listening to yelling. Yeah. But Angie's like kind of clocked out that she's not listening.
She physically can't. Her body's on the brink.
She's like, oh, I think that's Heather yelling. Do you hear that? And Angie's like, no. I was like,
sure.
So it's just Mary. Captain Jason comes down and they're like, what is happening up there? And then you go upstairs. It's madness. I don't even know where to begin.
No, this is peak reality TV because it's like serious, but not that serious at the same, like it's so enjoyable to watch. It's not draining me because it has nothing to do with me or like horrendous things about the world. It's just like, a girl group fighting.
Here's the thing. If someone said, I think you're the source of all the drama, I think I would be mad, but not Lisa Barlow mad.
No, she is flying off the handle. Honestly, I don't even care if she did it or not. I mean, I do care. But no matter what, she is making herself look so guilty.
So bad, dude.
It's hard not to attack her with it at that point. Like, babe, relax a little.
First of all, Brittany, weirdest person to ever be cast on Housewives. She was so weird, this woman. Could write a book about it. But first, she kind of started the drama in she'd like, Lisa big sisters her and whatever about Meredith she doesn't like. But then Heather says that she thinks Lisa is the source of all the gossip. And Lisa gets mad. But my favorite is Lisa kept trying to leave. And Heather was just sitting in her chair going like, don't leave, don't leave. And then they would touch each other's faces. But they were like yelling at each other. And then
my God.
Lisa storms off to call John. And John goes, don't cry. That's all the advice he gives her. And Heather is yelling at her, and Lisa's yelling at her, and then Lisa sits on the platform, and then weirdo Brittany tries to hug her, and Lisa's like,
oh my
get
God.
away from me.
Which is the second time this season. Brittany's like, let me hug the person who's really upset. And they're like, no, you're the last person I want to comfort me.
I want a framed picture of just like Lisa's back on that platform. Looking out into the
It's all over social media, so we can get it for you.
I want it framed for my apartment. Put it in the Louvre. Truly, truly, that is so good. This show is amazing. I don't know how these women don't bring Jen Shaw back. She'll ruin the vibe.
No, because that's like real serious, like bullshit, and I don't want that.
Can I ask, why is everyone like really though sucking ass to Lisa? You know?
I don't know.
Like, I feel like Heather, up until the boat, She was
Yes,
like
which I
really
think
sucking
the switch
Lisa's
up
ass.
is kind of crazy. Like, I would also be confused if I were Lisa. I will say that Heather at that store last episode was like starting to turn.
Question, yeah.
Yeah, and Lisa had that big meltdown and stormed out. I don't know. I think it's just because she is kind of a lunatic, and I think she does dig up stuff on
I
people.
think she does too.
But I will say, Bravo Docket posted a story about the the conversation about, did Lisa like pull this stuff up? And Bravo Docket said they got a lot of this stuff DM'd to them well before it was even put like out on these like blogger sites and like way more talked about like in real time when this trip is happening. I think somebody else was putting this stuff out, but I do at the same time think Lisa does dig dirt up and hold on to it. So when people attack her, she can fight back.
Yeah. This is chaos. I'm so obsessed. Can I tell you the saddest moment of the season was when I thought Mary wasn't going to forgive Angie and they weren't going to be friends anymore.
I was nervous.
I love that friendship so
Me too.
much.
Me too.
I do think Mary's a little sensitive.
A little, very.
But I really like that friendship. It is very sad to talk about her son because I think there were more charges pushed against him for not great things. I really like Mary and Angie. They really hold the fort down for me. I like them separately. I like them together. I think they're just fun. When they pulled up in the RV, I was like, they're my best.
Mary has come such a long way because we all like laughed kind of like at her and the grandpa, marrying the grandpa situation. And then it went to like her church is a cult and she's a terrible person. And she was like so rude to now I feel like she plays the game a little bit better. Like she is not interested in getting in that water. She doesn't, that's who she is. And I'm like, you know what? I love you for it, Mary. You're not like rude for no reason, like, but you have your standards and you make your like snarky comments still, like you're at an appropriate level of Mary for me to enjoy and not think you're a bad person.
And I think it's nice she's friends with someone who will do all like the things Mary won't do. Yeah. Because at the end it like kind of evens them
balances
out. And am I crazy? I really like Angie. So if Angie's friends with you, I also like you.
She is the one I would want to be friends with the most. Like I really want to watch her wife swap episode, and I haven't had a chance to watch those yet. But like seeing all the social media stuff, like with her and the family and some clips, like I'm like, wow, I think Angie would actually like be so grateful for that experience. She would like learn a lot and it would like give her a lot of gratitude, but she would be like the most helpful in the house. Like she wouldn't be some bitchy mom rolling in.
No. Yeah, I like Angie. I like Bronwyn. Honestly, I still think Todd's kind of a dick.
Agreed. But to be honest, I do love hating on somebody's husband.
Same. And Todd's a husband for me. And I still feel bad for Bronwyn because I think she gets shut down by her husband a lot. But I really like Bronwyn. I like her story with her daughter. I like that with her mother. I think it's very interesting. But it's not like sad. Like, who is that last woman? Monica. That was like a sad storyline.
Oh my God, yeah.
But I do really like Bronwyn. I obviously like Heather and Whitney, though I think Whitney's such a fucking weirdo, dude. I
like to be annoyed by Whitney. Like you need someone on the cast who like she annoys me, but at least she provides something to me. Brittany like truly annoys me, but Brittany? I like to laugh at her.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I know Andy, and this is true for all the franchises I've seen. 99% of these housewives are amazing mothers. Like truly, as shitty of people as they are, amazing mothers. Brittany is that outlier. She's that 1%. She cannot even like start to try to reconcile with her daughter about choosing a man over her. And her daughter is sitting here being like, why did you choose this man? And Brittany's just like, I'm sorry. And it's like, no, like, you have to do the process before we forgive you. And like, you have to understand it.
And it makes me more sad that it was like when they were like 12, 13 or 14, like in my mind, it was like her and her husband divorced when the kids were young. And it just kind of like always been this way. Like, but knowing that they knew her as an amazing mom would crush me more because you're like, what happened? Like, how did we fall from such an amazing place? And you can't even go 30 days of not dating to like spend time with me or like to focus on building our friendship. Like you literally can't go hours without the chaos of the Jared relationship, which is a toxic one.
Oh my God,
What
that
is going
unicorn?
on?
Oh my God,
What
that
is going
unicorn?
on?
What is that unicorn she
Gross.
brought?
Gross. Talk about I'm embarrassed that you have a boyfriend.
I'm embarrassed you have a boyfriend. Break up with him. The least embarrassing person on this trip is Heather, who like fucked Captain Jason? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
I don't think she
question
actually
mark.
did. I think she was saying like, I fuck with him. Like, we're friends.
These two gonna fuck, dude. I want them to get.
How many people in the Bravo universe do you think Captain Jason has hooked up with?
Good amount. He's a hot captain, dude.
He absolutely, I think, hooked up with Gigi from Shaws of Sunset, because that's some of the drama with like Lala and the Vanderpump, like the Valley crew.
Okay, yeah,
there was
yeah.
like beef, but
I think a
I don't
good
know.
amount. I don't know. I
I
think
would want
Captain
to.
Jason, I would throw myself at this man. He is so hot. And he has an Australian accent, and he's well traveled, and he's a fucking captain. He's beautiful. But I think Whitney should, or not Whitney, Heather should do it. She was riding around with that on that board with him.
Yep.
Grab him, dude.
Yep.
And they do have a weirdly flirty relationship. But then Captain Jason sees her like yelling at Lisa. And it's like, ooh. But okay, wait, what do you think about Meredith and Lisa? Lisa is like an outlier for me. I'm kind of annoyed with her. I think she's lost the plot. She's giving. Can I tell you who she's giving?
Who?
She's giving Teresa Giudice, and I think that's why I'm like,
it's not as bad as that, but I agree. Andy Cohen was talking about this on Call Her Daddy this week of like, there are just some people at a reunion, and when people are like confronting them with things, cannot absorb the information being said. They just get so defensive and scream back. So I do agree with that. I think Teresa just gets on a loop though, and that's why like Teresa is the worst. Lisa has the same reaction to everything.
She'll exit though, yeah.
But yeah. Like it's a new topic at least with Lisa.
And then Meredith, I don't know, she's up Lisa's ass.
It's not that she's up her ass, it's that she has like headphones on. Like she's just not, she's disengaged. And it's like, babe, that doesn't work here. I think when Lisa's information came out about her lawsuits, that bothered me that they're comparing it to the Bronwyn stuff, because I'm like, no, Lisa's stuff was in the Salt Lake Times or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like nobody had to go digging for that information. Nobody was out to get you except for the people doing investigative journalism, as they should. That's their job. You're somebody on TV. So like, stop acting like this poor me, because we're like, hey, that was in the newspapers. What's going on? Everybody deserves that. Erica Girardi got that when like her husband's stuff was going on. Like Jen Shaw was getting that. We deserve to ask questions when they're literally in published newspapers.
Yeah.
You can't like be mad at us for that.
I always hate when it's like you released it was in the blogs and who released it, because I can't, there's obviously never going to be any resolution. I think talking about
blog stuff, it depends what it is. Like newspapers, actual news, like real stuff.
Yeah.
Immediately should come on the show. However, with blogs, like I do think it's annoying when they all have packs, let's be honest, about like, I don't want to talk about this season. Like I want to keep this on camera. Yeah. I would also be frustrated if I was like, I don't want to talk about this, and somebody brought something to the cameras.
Yeah.
But then it's even worse if there are people who are dumping stuff to bloggers. So then it gets picked up, and then cast members think they can talk about it because it's like in the news, even though bloggers do work hard. I will give them that. But like,
it's not credible.
How much
news.
Information do we have? Yeah.
So it's just hard to follow as a viewer, but great season of Salt Lake City, like absolute gem. 10 out of 10.
And it's still rolling, which makes me so happy.
And we're only at the beginning. This is only season 5, 7? I don't even know.
Beginning of the franchise or episodes?
It's the beginning of the franchise. It's the beginning of the episodes. This franchise could live on forever. And
what's really working too is like they have had one or two people come in and out on the side, but the main cast has stayed the same, and that is key, because they are able to work through things. Alliances have changed, like friendships are in and out, and like as long as they don't try to push someone off the show, it works, because other shows and other franchises are having that problem. When an entire cast tries to push someone out and decide who the cast is, that doesn't work. That's not interesting to watch. I don't want it. I want you guys to have natural conflict. Even if it is about bloggers, I'm slightly okay with that, but this is how you do blogger bullshit. Like, this is how you fight about it.
I truly think Jen Shaw leaving was the best thing that could happen to this franchise, in the sense that these ladies, because everyone was saying with Jen Shaw gone, this show's not going to make it. It's going to be bad. these ladies stepped up and they said, we have a roadmap to successful Real Housewives and we are going to do it. And man, I got to give it to these women. They truly, every week, I am so now excited to clock in.
I also think a key is when the cameras are down, these people are friends when the cameras are away too. Like other franchises, they don't hang out. One or two of them will, like the really like close ones. You'll have your best friend on the show. But outside of that, they're not a real friend group on a lot of other like franchises. Salt Lake City, I think, is small enough. And these people have like formed real bonds that they're hanging out.
Yeah. Agreed. Oh, it's so good. 10 out of 10.
Agreed.
Are you watching anything else?
I watched everything of Nobody Wants This. Did you finish it?
I watched it. I did. Where do we start?
I'm not that impressed
season. I'm not impressed.
I think the show and the concept is great of showing like kind of like more like real life rom-com-y version of like dating in like your 30s.
Agreed.
Still love the concept. I giggled. Like, can I tell you what I hated the most though?
Of course.
Absolutely hated the sister's storyline with dating her therapist. Hated it. I wanted nothing to do with that. Like I would have fast forwarded if I could, but I did not. I ended up like cleaning my apartment during watching the show because I just did not like this.
No, I hated that. The therapist wasn't even like an enjoyable character. Like I wasn't even rooting for him.
Had it been one episode, fine, like make it a bit. She dated her therapist. Why did we get engaged? Just to break up.
Also, can I tell you though, I've decided after this season, or I guess throughout the season, I though didn't want the sister with the brother. What are all these people's names?
I can't remember.
Okay, it's Noah and
yes. What is
Kristen
her name?
Bell.
Yeah. Joanne.
And they each have a sibling.
Sasha is the sibling of Noah.
And Sasha's married to Eleanor?
No.
I'm just going to look them. I'm just fucking
Please
gonna
do.
Look up the fucking
because whatever Sasha's wife is, my favorite character, I'm obsessed with her. I think she's
love
funny.
her. She's the only woman this sounds terrible. She's the only woman I was straight up rooting for 90 or 100% of this whole season. Esther.
I love Sasha and Esther's storyline. I love the conflict of like him having the friendship with the other sister and her being like, what the fuck is this? But I do get it.
She's right to be like, what the fuck? But also I get it's just a friendship. But like, I get why are we lying? Because remember last season we were kind of lying about the friendship. So I get her being, I like straight out of the gate, Esther sat them down and was like, this is over.
Yes. But then I loved her progression of being like, I actually don't care because she got to see like what it was. Yeah. And she's like, okay, this doesn't bother me. But I also understand he shouldn't have lied, but I understand why Sasha was like, all you do is call them like the whores. So like, I'm going to kind of like, you don't even want my brother dating this girl. Why wouldn't you want me to be friends with her? Oh my God, I love her.
I love too watching Esther kind of go, and it's with Sasha, but watching Esther kind of go from like, okay, like maybe I do want another kid to being like, no, I think I just want to grow old with you and I want to do like all these things and I want to feel like loved by you, and then being like, maybe I don't though. Maybe I want to be alone. I've never been alone, because it sounds like in Esther's story, she got married very young to Sasha and then they had a kid and she's never had like a moment to herself. And also, offense to Sasha, he's one of those men who can't do things ever for himself. So I'm sure Esther's doing like the laundry and the planning and the date nights and like fucking everything.
But I at the same time love seeing that they like have love for each other and they love each other so much. It's not like a super, super toxic relationship, and that's why they're ending things
at all. Yeah.
It's like this, God, I just like don't know who I am, and I like want to focus on me, and how do I do that when I'm married and a mom? Like, do I want separation? Can I do this in my marriage? Like, what do I want? And her being like, I need to figure out me. I loved that.
I'm obsessed. I didn't know if I was like wrong, but I'm obsessed with Esther. She is my favorite character. I really also like Sasha. I liked watching them together. I liked them doing the dance class. I liked them going on a walk. I liked them like
sitting on that
arguing.
bench.
Yeah,
and
I liked it.
Yeah.
I even liked how they got in a fight at like that brewery and then they went to the engagement party and they were still like quippy and fun with each other. I have to say though, I don't want Morgan's the sister.
Yeah.
I don't want Morgan and Sasha together. I
No,
don't want it.
no.
I don't want it.
I really enjoyed them sitting at the engagement party at the end, though, talking like about their relationships. And I was like, oh my God, this worries me. But the way they were talking about their individual relationships, I was like, they weren't flirting with each other. They were clearly just being like, this sucks, two friends. Like, if they cross that line, I will lose it.
I'll lose it. I like Morgan. I think a lot of the season she was vindicated by Joanne's behavior. I have to say, I don't like Joanne. She's kind of an unlikable character, but I think that's kind of the point. And Noah's also unlikable.
I think so. Well, I think it's meant to show the like outside influence of society, I think is what makes Joanne unlikable. It's like this pressure to like be in a relationship, try to like move it forward, like you feel like you have this timetable, and like I think she's letting a lot of things get to her, because when her and Noah are just like laying in bed or like doing quirky things, like I love them together, but it's this like urgency and the drive and then like relationship pressures that drive me nuts.
That I just don't like how she like acts or communicates sometimes. I'm like a little annoyed by it, like how she was talking to Morgan a lot, like when she'd be like, well, Morgan, I'm in a successful, mature relationship. Like, just a little thing she would say. Or
high
even
and
like,
mighty on things.
Okay, it's their podcast, right? And then she's like, no, we can definitely have Noah. And Morgan's like, no, dude. Like,
agreed.
Our listeners aren't going to want a fucking rabbi giving us advice. You know what I mean? But also, I think Noah was going through so many issues. This man was like, oh my God, Temple High. I can't anymore.
Oh my God. Okay.
They hated Seth Rogen's Temple.
Getting back to the podcasting, really, it bothered me so much that he was like, I don't want to be on the podcast. And is like taking over for like his corner. I was like, no, get out of here. This is not your space.
I didn't enjoy that. Noah had a lot of fucking issues. Their main issue was this conversion thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Joanne wants to convert or not. I think Joanne is also unsure if she wants to convert or not. I understand Noah being like, listen, I'm a rabbi. I get that. I get that.
I think it's smart of them in the show element to make him a rabbi, because if he was just like a Jewish man,
just hardcore Jewish, yeah.
I don't think that there would be this much pressure for her to convert.
Okay, it's sad he lost that one position, but like I don't think that's the reason Joanne should convert, right? Like,
agreed.
I do think, and I also don't like how they're like, it's not that hard to become Jewish. Yes, it is. Y'all ever been in a religion? It's not easy.
Well, I
think hard.
There aren't as many like hoops to jump through. Like converting to Catholicism requires a lot of stuff. Whereas I think like they were talking about it, you would like take classes for a year, but I don't think like in the Catholic religion, you have to like make all these sacraments and they have to build and you have to like
that's true.
do all this stuff. Like I think it's a little bit like chiller, it seems like, based on how they're talking about it in the show. But I don't like that it's like you need to be in it in 6 months. Like, why are we rushing this? We're just dating. If they were like had a wedding date, I think you should be a little bit more certain. But like, why are you giving me a timetable? Because if you want me to convert for you, that's not you don't want that though. You just want me to have this epiphany from me on your timetable
to convert.
Yeah.
I get it when they have kids, I think would be the biggest. Well, first, when they get married, because I don't think she can get married to him in the temple. But I think when you have kids, then he is a rabbi, so they would have to be Jewish, right? But she would want to put her own thing into it with Christmas, which I think maybe he would be okay with, but also
like you should be able to do like Christmas and like a tree. I know. So I have Jewish friends who still do a Christmas tree because they like
dad's
that bit.
Rabbis.
No, that's the problem.
The thought is then these kids going to temple and
they
being like, we're also doing Christmas.
That's so true. That's so true. Because in my mind, a lot of it is always like, okay, yeah, you can like, these are easy to solve, but that's where the rabbi element makes it so interesting.
So I can see why he's like, you have to do this. This is serious. This is a thing. And I get it because we never dealt with that because we had priests and they're unmarried with no children. But I imagine we've heard it our whole life. When you're a pastor's kid, there's this extra element. and it's just kind of the life you're in. And so I get it. And I think
and
Joanne,
you know that up front, like Joanne, you know that up front, he's a rabbi.
he's
and
a
so
fucking
like
rabbi.
this is serious. This isn't just like, he's very passionate about his religion. It's his job. Yeah. And your kids are, which it shouldn't be this way, but like they are an example of how you run your household as you're like preaching what you should do.
I don't like at the end how they were both like, fuck it. It's okay. It's still a problem. It's the same problem we ended with in season 1, but we're going to ignore it. And I also don't like how Esther was like, Joanne, you're basically Jewish. I was like,
I liked the idea of like, it's not some big moment for you. Like you have slowly been becoming Jewish this whole time. You're doing all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, there's rigidity to it, but like you are doing a lot of Jewish things that you don't recognize yet.
Yeah, I can't tell if like Joanne's gonna convert or if they're just gonna be like, fuck it, we'll deal with it later. Like
these two cannot break up. Let's be honest. I think they're gonna break up. Well, I don't know.
Break up for a little. They can never break up for more than like 15 minutes.
That's so true. I was actually concerned at the end. I was like, if all 3 couples have broken up at the end of this season,
into that, though. I'm kind of into it.
Well, I was like, we're all breaking up at the same place at the same time. Like this is not how I want this show to be written. They can all be broken up in the end, but couldn't we have different moments for these people to like have their own breakup? One's on the dance floor, the other's being dragged into the heart tunnel, the other one's happening like
crying on a couch or something.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
Whatever. My girl Esther, and I gotta say, my girl Bina, the mom, I love Bina, dude. Listen, Jewish, I've said this since college when I really met a lot of Jewish people. Jewish moms, very similar to Italian moms. Oh my God. The is like looking in a mirror. I've met a million Binas, dude. And let me tell you, Bina's the best. She's so wild. Her little Noah could murder someone in cold blood, and she'd be like, "Wasn't my Noah."
No, she would be like, "Joanne, what did you do?"
It was Joanne's fault. Yeah. Even Esther's like, Bina fucking hates me until you came along and I became.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what? Also, shout out the ex-fiance girlfriend, Rebecca. She's out here traveling and getting dick.
That is funny, though, like, call back to her. She's like, I'm doing wonderful.
I loved that. Noah was, like, such a dick, and she's like, thank you for this. I'm fucking out. Love her. And then Leighton Meester did a cameo, which was fun.
That was fun. And then Noah's line of, like, she's not my type.
Yeah. I love Leighton Meester. I love that they had, like, a whole scene of Leighton, like, being such a, like, influencer, and Noah's just trying to, like, interview her grandmother. Because they're like so close, and
she's like, take photos of me, and it's like, these are horrible. We'll get more later.
Yeah. I actually have never. I think they've definitely acted together in the past. I think just doing like cameos on each other's shows. However, I think somewhere there's a movie they met on, and I want to go watch that to see if they have chemistry. I believe that's how they met. Or like they had met before, but famously Leighton is like, I don't remember.
When they like spent time together, it was like on this movie.
Yeah. I want to know if they have, because it seemed like they would have chemistry in this show, but it was only for like a second. Leighton Meester. I'll do some digging.
They're also not playing like love interest, so it's
it's
not like their dialogue had any like chemistry.
Okay, in 2014, they were in a movie called Life Partners together.
Interesting.
And then they were recently in a movie called River Wild together in 2023 on Netflix.
Can I tell you something that would stress me out as an actor? Is if me and my partner met on a movie we were love interests for, and we got together, and then you go and do your next gig and you have a love interest, I would be like, how are you not falling in love with that person? Like, I get it. Yeah, not every person would, but like, I just would think it'd be so easy to happen again.
Can I raise you one even better? Because this is a real life one. Remember on Outer Banks how the 2 main characters were dating each other and then they broke
Chase
up?
Stokes and Madeline, yep.
And as exes, they now have to continue to be love interest. My God, if I was one of their partners, I would be like, can you quit the show?
I think what helped is they clearly had like time where they broke up and were still acting as those characters before they got into their next relationship. They were so professional about it. Like
they were that's the most professional.
Tell a difference. Like in other shows, you can kind of tell where things switch because you hate this person, you're trying to shove it down.
In the same show, they all hated the guy that played JJ, and you could fucking tell they didn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah.
They're filming that, and Chase Stokes and Kelsey Ballerini broke up. And so people are acting like they're back on, and it's like they're filming for the show. So like every photo that's coming out, it's like, hey, they're holding hands because of the show. If you tell me this in like 4 months when they're done filming that they're holding hands, I'll maybe believe you. But like they're on set right now.
I think she's dating someone else, like some
That's
UK
even
guy.
more sad.
But like the insecurity of me, if I'm one of their partners, is like quit the show
because they have amazing chemistry. Like clearly, it's
incredible on and off.
I wouldn't be mad if they got back together. So sorry to whoever potentially that boyfriend is, but like,
my dumbass, if I'm the other person, my God, do you know I would watch this show and be like, you look at her the way you look at me.
I couldn't watch because the way you like look, kiss her, these like fake sex scenes. No.
What if you got sucked into season 1 and then you start dating him and you're like, well, fuck, dude.
And that's hard because like in theory, you need to support your partner's work, but like I can't support you making out with your ex-boyfriend in front of me.
I would be like, you watch it first. Mark all the scenes where it's gonna get
we can
weird.
Just zoom.
I just need to know the plot. I'm here for the plot.
Good point. You're like, can you actually have Netflix edit me a version where it blacks out every time you kiss and every time you're like canoodling or like anything weird?
I'm pro them getting back together too. I think they're a hot couple. I think they're a hot couple. I never believed, this is also a hot take. Are you ready? I'm going to anger some people.
Ready.
I never believed in Chase Stokes and Kelsey Ballerini.
I didn't feel the same way. Like I think they had a really cute relationship. I think she had a really hard time post-divorce. God,
I never liked it. I never believed it.
I didn't feel anything inside of me.
They were one of those couples that always post each other.
You're right.
No. Also, I just never felt like it was like there was something off about it for me. In the end,
them being together so much, like a big thing for her was that her ex-husband never would come to LA for things. She always felt really lonely in LA when she would have to be there for work, and Chase would be there all the time. And I think that's really sweet. But then like when they weren't in LA or like when they're all over it, they were always together. And I was like, do you guys not have like your own things? You guys are both really successful. Like what do you have going on your own?
I don't know. I never believe. I was never on board with this couple. Sorry to this couple, but
well, there's some where you're like, okay, you guys are both gorgeous people. Yeah. But like, again, with the Chase and Madeline thing or Maddie, whatever her name is, like when I see them together, even in scenes, I'm like, I believe in it. Like I feel this.
Soulmates.
Yeah.
They're only happy around each other. Absolutely.
It feeds into my delusion of the whole like right person, wrong time, where you like, everybody has that one person where they're like, it could have worked if like we were just 10 years older or like, but oh my God.
It still could because they're still around each other is the craziest part.
Don't feed it more. I'm gonna have to lay down tonight and watch edits of them.
I hope I just open my TikTok tomorrow and it's just all edits of them and be like, which one do you think is the cutest? No, I'm fucking obsessed with them. Wait, can we do listening? We got to talk about Call Her Daddy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I don't usually listen to Alex Cooper and her weird ass journalism, but you get Andy Cohen on. I'm a sucker for Andy Cohen, and it was a great podcast.
I agree, because they kind of talked about this a little bit, that like hosts or like interviewers tend to be really hard to interview guests because there's just this like dynamic of you're trying to ask questions to somebody who also asks questions. But the way they kikied, I was like, wait, you guys are like besties, having like a girl chat. Like, this is fun.
It was also nice to hear Andy's like story. I don't know if I ever like, I figured he worked in TV and like worked his way up.
His professional. Yeah. I knew about that a little bit.
It was interesting to hear that. I loved when she was like, oh, where are you from? And out loud, I was like, St. Louis. before Andy could fucking get it off. It's like, come on. I have to say, I don't think Alex is as deep in Bravo.
No, that is one thing I noticed too. She didn't even, it's okay for her to not be deep in Bravo, but for this interview, it felt like she didn't even
she was just
try
like,
to learn
what's your
anything.
favorite housewife? Okay. Oh, what's your least favorite housewife?
Well,
okay.
My thing is,
I would have been like, what? And like went back and forth.
What bothered me is her asking questions where like clearly was an HR violation. Like he could never answer these. Like you should be able to realize that like we can't ask would he sleep with Craig Conover? Like that's an active person on Bravo. Like that's weird. Like you got to ask like who's the most insane person who wanted to be on the show? Like you got to ask things that like the would have could have beens of Bravo, things that are not actively happening. Or I did like her asking about the lost Real Housewives Ultimate Girls trip. And he was like, I wish I could release it. Like those are the things you have to ask about his like own opinion about certain things that have happened without getting him into issues.
Yeah. It's very easy to tell who's kind of in Bravo and who's not. And I think it was more the way like Andy would answer the question and Alex would just be like, oh, that's so funny. And I'd be like, no, ask a fucking follow-up on that.
She's notorious for being so bad at follow-up and like digging into things in general. But yeah, this isn't a topic she knows well. I agree. And it did bother me.
It was also like they talked a little bit about reunions and it seemed like maybe she had seen a few Housewives reunion, but like when she asked Andy, she was like, oh, they were talking about the Love Island reunion, which is a separate thing. But she was like, oh, you watched every episode? And I was like, it's known that Andy watches every fucking episode of every show he reunion. Like,
because why wouldn't he?
Hello?
What?
You know what I mean? Like, we know because we've seen him housewife. We've seen him do reunion.
Yeah. Well, what's annoying is he posted about watching Love Island reunion watching Love Island prepping for that reunion. So, like, he's actively posting about this all the time.
Yeah, and Alex wasn't saying, like, I bet you didn't. It was more she was surprised that
Shocked.
He would watch every episode. But I was like, he famously, posted on a plane. He was like on my way to the Vanderpump Rules season 10 reunion. And he was watching the last few episodes.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I had to get it in. I can't do a reunion without knowing everything.
Well, yeah, you're right. It's like her shock. Like, what do you mean you're shocked that he prepared for this?
Like, you know how I think some housewives, it's someone on Beverly Hills. And then also Jax Taylor's like, I don't watch the full episodes. Someone on Beverly Hills only watches their scenes, which whatever. Andy is always like, you didn't watch the show. You know, he's the one that's usually disappointed.
Yeah,
like,
because also like, how can you come to this reunion like prepared to know what people said about you, what you need to apologize for? Like, there's so much you need to know. So what do you mean you didn't watch your own show that you were on?
I think that's where I clocked it, where I was like, why are you surprised?
I know. That disappointed me.
But no. It's no, fine. But I do want to talk about the Love Island reunion because I think it went into a lot of good detail. So, as we said, as active Bravo watchers, very active, this was not Andy's hardest reunion. And he was getting a lot of fucking hate for how, quote, hard he went on Huda. And he was saying, which I agree, he was most excited to talk to Huda.
I'm happy he said that because I don't think that her stands like took this as a compliment that he wants to talk to her about stuff. Like that means that you were such a big part of the season. And she was, in my opinion, for the wrong reasons. But still, you made the season. But you're going to have a lot to talk about then at a reunion. You want airtime. This is more time for you to discuss things.
Yeah. And he mentioned how she couldn't talk about her boyfriend who she was publicly with.
That still pisses me off.
Of course I'm going to ask about it. He does his
research,
y'all. He does his research. He knows. It's a dating show.
This is the
we can
one topic. I would understand that response from her if Andy was like asking about her kid, like, you know, like, like digging into that. That is off. That does not need to be discussed. Her daughter has nothing to do with this show. But babe, your dating life was the whole point of this show. You've been actively on red carpets. I would look like an idiot if I didn't ask about this. What?
Yeah, and then he tried to talk about her growth, and she shut that down, which we all saw. But yeah,
he shut her down, and rightfully so, because she was like, "Oh, I've changed a lot," and he was like, "In 3 weeks."
But no, she wasn't willing to talk about.
Oh, like discuss it.
She
like
shut that down, and she said, "Yeah, I changed. I'm a changed person." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" But I think like I know who it's all the fucking Huda stands I hate that are out here like, oh, Andy went too hard. I'm telling y'all, that was child's play.
I love him addressing that, where they like talked about how all of our fandom was like, oh, honey, that's nothing.
He saw our video. He saw our video and went, these girls, they're us. And then I also loved how he said he loves talking to these cast members who go through a lot of growth and need to be held responsible for actions, because he loves interviewing the Peter Pan syndromed men who are so he shout out Jax Taylor. He's like, I like interviewing them because there's a lot to discuss, and like there's a lot to dive into and hold these men accountable for things. And I was like, yes, Andy.
Wait, I also love that he said that, he's so involved with the housewives, so it is a different dynamic because he's also their boss. But with Vanderpump Rules, Southern Charm, like those shows, he's not. So he's like, I like to get in the mess a little bit more. And I'm like, yeah, that's what makes those reunions so great, is he can be way more sassy. And it's like, men and women, like when it's just a bunch of women and he is yelling at them, yes, that is not coming off right. He doesn't want to do that. But like, yelling at Jax Taylor about like how he doesn't ever change, that's what we love.
James to sit down. Can I say though, one of my favorite, and every time I see it I will laugh out loud, is when he's in the middle of Marge and Teresa. This is all I thought about when he's like, when I yell at women, and they are just arguing at each other, and he's like, stop. And he grabs his cards and just goes, shut up.
Yeah.
and Teresa's face was like, what?
The fact that there's more of those out there that he's often like, delete that, get that out of there. I'm like,
because these women never shut the fuck
that's true.
up.
That's so true.
Specifically when he shouted out Jersey.
Well, that one I'm glad they kept in. Like it's probably been shown like 3 times when he has to do that, but it's clearly like he's at his wit's end, and that needs to be shown in the episode. Whereas I'm sure often it's like, hey guys, let's redirect everybody. That's not as interesting to see.
No, I love that he was like, the Jersey reunions are just so rough because they're rough to watch. So I'm glad he agree. Is like, because it's just yelling at each other, and then we're like, what is happening? Never forget, Teresa pushed him at the very first one.
Yeah,
that's how we know. I really liked the interview though. I thought Andy was a lot of fun. I loved how he kept talking about housewives. He though wants Karen back on Potomac, which do
you disagree?
Not necessarily. I think it depends on the crime, and I don't like that Karen's crime could put other people in danger, I think is the point. If you do
it's her fourth.
If you do a crime such as a Teresa Giudice or a Joe Giudice, where like you're really just hurting yourselves in the end, like fine, whatever, come back on the show.
The government is the one okay, fine, you didn't really pay your tax. Because like Jen Shaw had like real victims.
Jen Shaw had real victims. Karen could have had real victims. She's lucky she didn't. I'm trying to think who else has had
there have been multiple housewives who have gotten DUIs. Did, like,
tax evasion, which like whatever. Oh, there has been like Shannon Bedore with the DUI.
Yes, and Gina Kirschenheiter on OC2, she had a DUI like while she was on the show too. I think it's easier to welcome somebody back when they've had one DUI, they have a remorseful season.
And they didn't go to jail, right? They didn't go to prison?
Well, they like are arrested in the moment, but no, they didn't go to jail. Like you're arrested like for the crime, but then you get out.
You don't have a warrant out for your arrest.
Serve time. Yeah. I know she's not on this season, but because they like filmed her getting out of jail, and I feel like they're gonna address it like towards the end of the season again. It feels like she's on this season. I'm kind of annoyed that they put her on this season.
Are you watching this season? Because I just started it today.
I've never watched any of Potomac, but it feels like she has no consequences to her action. And I felt the same way about Teresa with New Jersey. They literally took a break for a year and a half so Teresa could go to jail and come back and still be on this season. And it makes me feel like then there's no consequences and they feel above it and that they're the whole reason for the show. And the show will like, with Teresa specifically, I sometimes worry that she feels like she is the show. They literally waited for her. And so she can do whatever she wants. And she's not an equal. It's not an ensemble show anymore.
Yeah, which I think we've seen on the show. But I think with Karen, the problem is all of last season, they were bringing up her DUIs and her drinking. And she was like, I don't have a drinking problem. I don't have DUIs. Like, the law is wrong. I'm okay. I'm the Queen of Potomac. Like, whatever she was fucking saying. It was just a constant, like, people would bring it up and she'd be like, no, we're fine. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm good. I got it. And now she goes, and they talk about her all the time. Like, they're like, we should pour one out for her birthday. And I'm like, oh my God.
On this season?
Yeah. The episode I just watched, Karen's birthday's coming up, and they're like, Karen's doing really good. Her family's great. They were like, Karen's in prison. They all call her Miss Karen. She's getting jacked and skinny, and like, she's doing so good.
Weird.
She's reading a lot. Like, prison's the best thing that could have happened to her. Like, it's very
I don't like
weird.
that. Because like on Salt Lake City, like they reference Jen Shaw, like when it makes sense for like pop culture reasons because like something happened. Or like they'll talk about her on a reunion because it'll sometimes come up. But on the actual show, they're not living their life around Jen Shaw. But that's weird. It feels like that cast is living
for Karen.
Yeah. And like trying to use her name to then like still make the show interesting. And it further proves that like, do we need her?
Yeah, I do think Potomac is rare. Where like Salt Lake City, they are friends. Potomac, they are all really good friends. Like these are
interesting.
Like Karen has really, really close friends for years that are still on the show. So I think that's it. Like they went to her favorite diner. I mean, the first fucking episode ends with Giselle. Instead of like this season on Potomac, it was like Giselle being like, Dear Karen, these women are crazy. And it would show a fight and be like, I don't know how I'm going to handle it, and show another fight. And like she's writing a quote letter to Karen. Karen is like gonna be a main, and I like Karen as a character, but I think she already thinks she's above a lot. She calls herself the Grand Dame. Like there's gonna be you're turning her into another Teresa Giudice.
But what this tells me is that, because let's just say like, yes, they go to that diner, they have the conversation because it does remind them of Karen. Is your scene was so uninteresting that made the cut. You had nothing else to talk about because if you were so interesting, a lot of that stuff would be on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. I don't know. Potomac's good, but I don't know, Andy, I don't know.
Wow.
It's fine. We'll work on it. Anyway.
Potomac's my next one. I'm going to finish Miami and then I'm going to start Potomac for the first time. But that's going to be like in a few months.
No, I love that. I'm catching up on, I have 2 more episodes of Potomac until I'm caught up. I'm caught up on Salt Lake. I've been binging OC. I'm making my way downtown. We got new characters this season. I'm on season 11. We're still talking about Brooks, y'all.
Okay. You're gonna be caught up.
I'm trying
within the year.
I'm trying, and then I think when
we're
I get
on
bored,
19 right now.
Is there another house? Oh, Salt Lake City and Potomac are my live, and then when those aren't in my queue, I'm gonna watch the OC. That's my plan.
Okay.
Because I'm caught up. And then I wanted to start Atlanta, but now I already have 2 other ones. And it was hard to start at work because I need to like learn the characters and then.
Yeah. I think you need to
then get into it.
Get a little, like, I think you need not the live seasons on.
No, like once we do live seasons.
No, but like because you're doing OC, you're doing Potomac, you're doing Salt Lake City. It's like when Salt Lake City ends, then like on a night you can like watch Atlanta at night when you're at home, and then you'll be able to watch it during the day.
Need to learn
once
the
you're
characters.
A season or 2 in.
Yeah, because it's even
you definitely
hard
need to wait for season 2. Like make sure you watch some of season 2 at home and dedicate, because that's when Candy shows up, and she is a staple of that franchise, but she's not in that first season.
Ooh, okay. I'm so excited. I am getting very caught up though. I'm in. The OC is wild though. There hasn't been a bad season yet. It's a wild.
It hasn't, like Modern Times is meh, but that's the thing is like they have 19 seasons, and if like 17 of them are amazing, like
and why is Vicky in fucking 11, dude? Is she exhausted? Man, Vicky's a mess. That's at the
Yeah.
part I'm at. Vicky's a mess. She has no friends. She just apologized to Tamara at the beach. And I think Tamara's going to forgive her because they're both women of Jesus now. Jesus jugs. But it's all because she took Brooke's side in the cancer, and Vicky thinks all the girls were trying to take him down. But Shannon Bedore still fucking hates Vicky. And we also have this new woman who's hanging out with Vicky a little bit and is like, I don't know, you guys. I think maybe Vicky is just whatever. But also Brianna's like on her deathbed. She's struggling with a lot of health issues, and her husband's not here because they drove from Kansas to California. Yeah. It's crazy what's happening. And Tamara doesn't talk to her daughter. And Ryan is not with his wife anymore. It's crazy. I'm a big Shannon Bedore girl, though, I think, which surprised me because I hated her. When she first showed up, I hated her.
I love watching her. She brings a certain type of chaos, but not like to the annoying level of like Brittany Bateman over on Salt Lake City. It's like, no,
she's funny.
So kooky. She's so funny. And she can like take a joke. Yeah.
Like Brittany doesn't know she's crazy.
That's so true.
Shannon's like, I'm literally funding this one Asian doctor to touch my stomach. I own it. Or like,
I understand I'm kooky. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. 10 out of 10. Anyway, thanks for the good interview, Andy. You did a great job. Alex Cooper,
Loved
for
it.
once. Get more involved in Bravo, though, girl. I think you'll love it. I think you will.
Highly recommend.
Anyway, better her than Nick Viall, am I right?
Yeah.
And with that, do all the things I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. Love ya.
Thanks for joining. Bye.